Greetings, soul family. I am Oblyron, the Lord of Love and the Magister of the Cube. Today we're going to be doing a channeling for Litha of 2024. Now, when I do a channeling, I channel my higher self before working with any other guides. Other guides might pop in, they might not, I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, so now that that's lit, let us go into trance, and let's see what we have for today. Okay. Now, to be able to channel, you don't need all this stuff. I like to use it just because it helps me to amplify my channels and whatnot. But again, like I said, it's completely unnecessary. To be able to channel, all you have to do is connect directly with Source. Okay. So I am now going to summon my higher self. Aunde sote, aunde Oblyron, aunde sote, aunde Oblyron. Greetings, soul family. I am Oblyron, the keeper of the chant of rebirth and the guardian of time's end. I have been summoned here today by my human avatar to talk about Litha of 2024. So what exactly is Litha, and what exactly is all these pagan calendars and holidays that we celebrate? Well, it's just simply the waxing and waning of energies, the waxing and waning of higher vibrational cycles and lower vibrational cycles. And it's very important to realize that these cycles are one and the same. You may have the longest day in the northern hemisphere while simultaneously having the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. So everything that we do has an equal and opposite reaction. It is cosmic law. It's the laws of physics as well as spirituality. And these laws were put in place to keep the overall structure of the universe and of creation going. Everything serves a purpose. A lot of your channelers are saying 2024 is going to be a crazy year. And indeed, it is a crazy year. But the craziness is within the hearts. The craziness has to deal with the fact that we cannot go back to who we were as people. We cannot go back to the 2012 mindset of this awakening, because people have already awakened. They've already awakened long before, and even those who you think have not awakened have actually awakened, even though you may not be able to see it. We all belong to the body of God, and what we have observed from the higher planes is that there is still too much separation, even between your spiritually enlightened and your, let's say, spiritually unenlightened or spiritually ignorant. You have a tendency to still call yourselves elevated amongst others. You have a tendency to call yourselves chosen ones while others are not chosen. And as long as this sort of 3D, 5D split mentality happens, well, you're still going to be stuck in the 3D. Because for a 5D emergence to truly happen, we all must feel it. And true, the 5D, 3D split has already happened. Some of us feel it, some of us resonate with it more than others, but a lot of these things take time. And a lot of these things can take time beyond even what a human lifespan can be. A lot of these things also take time within individual lifespans on alternate timelines. So you got to see that the universe is not necessarily A to B. It's not necessarily a linear fashion. It's more of a blossom. It's more of an unfolding. And certain parts of the blossom may unfold before other parts. Certain parts of the blossom may wilt and die before other parts have unfolded and have done what they had to do. And this is all natural. This is all part of the process. So, you are all in the northern hemisphere at energetic maximum, and it also coincides with a full moon. There are a lot of energies to address. There are a lot of things happening on both the conscious and subconscious levels, which need to be, let's say, quietly contemplated. Now's not the time of great action. A lot of people think that as we go into the solstice that, it's a time of doing and it's a time of action, and it's very true. But when you approach the solstices, you start to go into a time of inaction. Remember, the summer solstice is not much different than the winter solstice. We are at energetic maximum as opposed to energetic minimum. However, there are so many energies flowing through that sometimes we just need to sit and meditate. Sometimes we need to turn off our vocalizers. Sometimes we need to just breathe in the air. Breathe in what creation has to offer us. Appreciate it and experience the joy that creation also has to offer us. Humans have been in very trying times for the past couple of years, and according to our predictions, humans still have a rather rocky road ahead. But it is for humanity's best. It is to be able to come out as better people, to be able to come out as more understanding people, as more loving people, and as more accepting people. So just remember, as we are at the energetic maximum, in the northern hemisphere anyways, just remember that now is a time of contemplation. Try not to do too much. Remember, from here on out, the days will soon be getting shorter. So you don't want to be putting in a lot of energy, a lot of external force when the energy of daylight starts to wane. You want to just accept it. Contemplate the lessons that you've learned from the last solstice to this. Contemplate the lessons that you've learned from December 21st to now. And for the next half of the year, just let those lessons fill you. Let those lessons teach you. Let those lessons to allow you different perspective, different ways of doing things. Remember, spirituality is always an evolving process. It's always unfolding, and it's always taking us to new heights. But we cannot go to new heights and we cannot gain new understanding if we're reveling in our past accomplishments. So it's being able to understand what is happening while being able to balance out what is learned. Whew. Okay, so that was an Oblyron channeling. That was my higher self that I channeled. Obviously, no one else came through. No one obviously didn't have to come through for this particular channeling, and that's all right. So again, let's just learn the lessons of what our higher selves are trying to tell us, and I would very much agree with what was said, and that we do need to contemplate a little bit more. We need to think a little bit more before we speak. And yeah, again, it's very easy to get frustrated at life. It's very easy to just wonder why things never go our way or whatever. But at the same time, all of this is a learning process. All of this is what makes us stronger. All of this, again, turns us into better people. So that's the Litha 2024 channeling. I hope you all got something from it. Thank you for joining me. Again, I really appreciate everyone who's been supporting the channel and who's been, leaving their likes, their comments, and whatnot. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. All right. Much love and blessings. I love you all, and I'll see you on Monday for the Elemental Synastry reading.